holler if you hear me, and welcome to this edition of Luke Goes Postal because, well, the Predator Badlands trailer is now up and ready, and I'm thinking, oh no. You look at this trailer and, well, it's a teaser trailer only, and everything I said about the new Naked Gun movie having a great trailer with a great first impression, well, I'm the exact opposite mind about that with Predator Badlands. Now, the more you look back at Prey, the more and more and more you see a film that's definitely a product of Fox having been bought by the House of Hell, and now the House of Hell completely turning everything into a nightmare world of horror and pain. You look at all that trailer and you see this, and everything from imagery that's just one giant memberberry of things we saw and liked better with previous Predator movies, which is going further to make us all realize that Predator 2 was not that bad of a sequel in the first place. It's just that because of the lack of Arnold, and the lack of Arnold is what got people so mad about it, but what we've seen since then has made people positively change their minds about it, in the same way that when you take a good look at what happened with, say, other franchises that have a sequel that didn't do that well initially, but now because of subsequent sequels and subsequent remakes and reboots, oh wait, it actually was a lot better. Like, say, RoboCop 2, which came out the same year, now looking back at it, and that one was simply misunderstood. Same thing with, say, The Punisher on the big screen, where that first Dolph Lundgren Punisher movie, well, just because he didn't wear the white skull doesn't mean that overall the character was, not accurate. Yes, it's an overall well-done Punisher movie, just, okay, that one little detail, we'll look past that, like how with Predator 2 at the time, people couldn't look past the lack of Arnold. But now, well, we'll take Danny Glover over an insufferable Indian girl boss any day, like what we saw with Prey, where the two good Predator movies were the ones that had the idea of taking a big macho action star and putting him in a place where he is the prey, he is the one being hunted, he is the one that is facing an actual real challenge. That's why Predator, the first film, the empirical baseline for this franchise, started off as a jungle action movie with Arnold in his best, doing all the big beats of a typical Arnold film, only for it to swerve into a slasher sci-fi film where he is the one that's vulnerable and running around and desperate and has to resort to borderline caveman style tactics in order to kill the damn thing. And even then, he doesn't really kill the Predator, he just runs away as the H-bomb goes off. But then you add onto that with Danny Glover in Predator 2, and you've got him as a cop out there in the middle of a drugland gang war, and yet even he, as badass as he is, and as inventive as a badass as he is in that first act of the movie, the Predator still challenges him. Even though he's not being directly hunted all the time, he's out there more investigating things and trying to unravel what goes on, as opposed to what happened with Arnold in the first movie. Still, it's very effective, and even then, Lethal Weapon era Danny Glover still has a lot to face, and even in that case, though, when it comes to unfair comparisons to Arnold, Danny Glover comes on in while Predators was one that was benefited by low expectations and Robert Rodriguez actually being an interesting filmmaker, so Predators did a lot better, but then anything else we've seen is crap, including Prey, and well, with Predator Badlands being the kind of movie that is proud to advertise that it's from the director of Prey. Yeah, that movie where a chick whose only real visible qualifications as an action star for modern Hollywood is her melanin count in her muff, and she who's able to fight off people completely unimpeded, not even getting a strike against her, because we saw her throw a tomahawk into a tree once in the beginning of the movie. That's her establishment as an action badass versus Danny Glover practically doing handstands and doing massively dangerous stunt driving through a Colombian and Jamaican drug lord battle in the middle of downtown LA in the sweltering heat of summer 1997, or Arnold and his buddies storming and slaughtering an entire drug cartel operation there in the middle of Central America. No, but a chick who throws a tomahawk into a tree. That's the one that you're going to go and see the actual... Oh yeah, she's the one that's going to be unfazed and unobstructed and unstruck against by the damn predator. Yeah, bite me, lady. You're making Adrian Brody as an action star look better by comparison. Something else about predators that in hindsight we should have changed our mind about, because, well, yeah, Adrian Brody in the very least is actually trying, and they actually give him, you know, as a character something to do besides just remind everybody of you're an Indian and, oh yeah, you have a vagina. While with, if you didn't like those things about Prey, well, now Predator Badlands, having the only other visible thing in the trailer besides this terrible looking predator, a predator that they went out of the way to make it look so anthropomorphized. It looks like it's a predator that's cosplaying as Michael B. Jordan in Black Panther. Yeah, and the only other image, the only other figure besides that being Elle Fanning. Elle Fanning looking like she's walking around in a stolen X-Men Apocalypse X-Men flight suit with a haircut, and the other wardrobe we see in other shots of her that make her look like she came from the set of a remake of Just One of the Guys. Yeah, trust me. You know, as if that we're marketing it around all of the director of Prey and all of the things about Prey that made it insufferable. Well, now that's all going to be fivefold with this one, with a predator that has nothing else to bring besides reminding you of weapons or images or little action shots or some dialogue that you would have liked in the first movie, and on top of that, well, ending the film with some shitty imitation of hentai. Yeah, trust me, with Predator Badlands, this was the exact wrong foot to set off on, and I'm much more eager to see Liam Neeson's crotch in a little schoolgirl uniform in the Naked Gun remake coming up than I am in this. And that's not my opinion, I know I'm right. So I want to thank you for watching. Subscribe so my channel hits 10,000 subs. Become a member today and shop at my art store at the second link below, where you can buy my art or commission me, or you can support me with a donation there. So until then, felines, slam it, lick it, suck it, and see you, Space Cowboy.